This is the Boston Celtics newsfeed on CLNS. Today is Friday, September 1st, 2017. This is Mike Walsh reporting for CLNS, the leading online provider of audiovisual coverage for the Boston Celtics.
Just to say, on behalf of the Celtics, since 1946, we've been a championship-driven organization, and we believe we've added two players here who are championship-quality players on the court and championship-quality people off the court in the community.
That was Boston Celtics owner Wyc Grousbeck at a press conference earlier today in which the Celtics introduced both Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward. The complete video of that introductory presser, which runs a hefty 30-plus minutes, can be seen in its entirety on the CLNS YouTube page at youtube.com/CLNSmedia. It was Celtics fans' first look at Boston's two prize offseason acquisitions. Hayward, who technically signed in early July, hadn't made a formal introduction in Boston, while Irving's trade was finalized just a few days ago. Given Hayward already did have a conference call introduction in July, Irving was definitely the focus of Friday's meeting, and the young point guard had a lot to say.
For getting an opportunity to be a part of such an illustrious organization such as the Boston Celtics, man, I grew up watching so many different films, and I asked Danny when we were at dinner if I could get a few of his VHS tapes from those championship runs that they had.
Stone tablets.
All those, and when you have the unique opportunity of having special people and being a part of an organization like this, and they do everything possible in order to put themselves out there to make such a great thing happen, you're just appreciative, and I'm grateful, and I can't wait to get on the floor.
Irving had an interesting exit from the Cavaliers, asking to be traded at the start of summer and then waiting nearly the entire offseason before finding out exactly what would become of that request. While many have tried to make it about LeBron James, Irving attempted to quell that take.
I knew that I wasn't going to come up here to specifically point at individuals, specifically point at what issues here, whatever, because that's not important to me at all. And it'll be an unbelievable experience for something new, and to be in a place like this where everyone will gravitate not only to us as individuals, but us as a collective group in the team. And they've done it past years before us, and they will continue to do it past years after us, and I just want to be a part of that.
Irving did drop some subtle hints, or if you prefer, shots at LeBron James and Cleveland by way of praising the Celtics organization and their seemingly team-first mentality.
Is there ever such thing as one person carrying a whole team? I don't think so. And when you have a collection of individuals that we're all having one mission and one goal and collectively getting better every single day, there are a lot of moving parts, and you have to depend on those moving parts to do their job at the ultimate ability that only they'll know. And it's our job to bring the best out of one another every single day. And I think that's been echoed throughout this whole entire organization, as well as the players and the tradition that's here in Boston.
The one part of the conference that wasn't all smiles was a question from Boston Sports Journal's Brian Robb pertaining to the lengthy process of Cleveland renegotiating the trade, to which Danny Ainge responded by bristling that he would not be discussing any of those conversations. Irving, though, for his part, preached patience throughout the process.
Well, throughout this time, I've been very patient in the approach. I knew what the intent was when I asked for the trade initially, and it just was left at that, just patiently waiting. When Boston came a knocking, I was answering. So it was pretty awesome about the way it all transpired.
Fantasy football fans, the wait is nearly over. Football is back, and that means FanDuel is back as well. FanDuel is fantasy football for everyday fans with new contests starting every week. Avoid those busted-up seasons. Sign up today. Go to FanDuel.com, click the Join Now button, and use our code CelticsBeat. Over 2.5 million players have won cash prizes playing fantasy sports on FanDuel. We're going to have a Celtics Beat Listener League, which will begin with the first week of the NFL season. That's next week. Join now by going to FanDuel.com/CelticsBeat and start competing against your favorite or your least favorite CLNS personalities. Try FanDuel for free with no deposit required. Visit FanDuel.com to claim your free contest and play for a share of $10,000. Just sign up using promo code CelticsBeat. That's FanDuel.com, promo code CelticsBeat. Void where prohibited. As for Hayward, who was initially recruited by Isaiah Thomas and signed in Boston expecting to play with him and Jay Crowder, the Kyrie move was surprising, but he is still very excited.
IT did a tremendous job as far as helping recruit me here to the city of Boston. He talked about Boston as a city, the fans, the organization, the coaches, the people that are involved behind the scenes. And, he was somebody that I was definitely excited about playing with. He had an unbelievable player, unbelievable year last year. I'd be lying if I said that wasn't the truth. But like I just said, I've been in this business long enough to realize it is a business. Things happen, things can change, and I go from an opportunity playing with IT and the rest of the guys that were on to now playing with Kyrie Irving, who's an unbelievable, one of the best basketball players in the league, and another great opportunity for me.
Nobody will have a tougher job in September than Brad Stevens, who has just 4 players back from a conference finalist a year ago, and now he'll have to work in all those new players along with Kyrie Irving at point guard in just over a month's time.
Usually a lot of your stuff is you're finalizing in early August, and there's not that much significant change after that. But it's a great challenge. This is part of the challenge of coaching, and part of the most exciting thing about coaching is the opportunity to put a team together. And it can only happen, if your best players, right, are guys that really want to be a part of something special as a group and appreciate and value what everybody brings to the table. And you've already heard the answers up here. So we're starting off with a great foundation, and I think with these guys and Al and with some of our young players, I think it's going to be a fun growth process.
Once again, guys, you can view that press conference in its entirety, over 30 minutes of video, on the CLNS YouTube page at youtube.com/CLNSmedia. Also, check out the guys from the Garden Report giving their immediate post-press conference analysis, and the CLNS Roundtable guys have a post up as well discussing this major event. As we gear up for the 2017-18 season, the Celtics newsfeed is looking for new contributors to join our team. If you're interested in joining the rapidly expanding CLNS Media Network, contact me at CLNS_Walsh on Twitter, and we'll get you started on some sample content. Until next time, guys, follow CLNS on Twitter at CLNS Media, and be sure to subscribe to the Celtics newsfeed both on iTunes and Stitcher, as well as the CLNS Media Network's mobile podcast app. This has been Mike Walsh for Celtics Newsfeed.